Alright, hey. Oh, god damn it. I did it again. I always forget. Because it's not one of the more automatic processes on my end. Hold on. How we doing, everyone? How we holding up? I'm doing alright. I'm hanging in there. Brain a little fuzzy. I woke up super late today. Let me also shut the music down. I've got a couple. I've got a couple things in the playlist. It's gonna be a little weird today. I'm trying something new, where, like, every week I get at least 1 or 2 submissions, whether it's private or not. And every time that happens, I don't know if I can if I can make, like, a whole bare minimum 2-hour stream out of that. But I had an idea. I had a concept with that. And that is, I could very easily just stuff the media share playlist of videos that I either know I like or sounded interesting. Like there's a couple in here. One's like one's a 3H video. One's a thing I haven't seen in a while. One's an animation that I haven't seen in a while. One's like a challenge run that I wasn't. It's like of a game that I just got into, but I'm kind of curious. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna be testing some shit out. As per usual, media submission is done through the Discord, which I'll throw right there. Let me also just double check the video submissions channel. Okay, that one hasn't been approved quite yet. Because I have a system. You see. Either way. Let's, I've got 11 in the playlist today. Let's see how that factors in. No. That was in my left ear. Thanks a lot. Alright. So this video is just called Scary Sounds in Water. And it feels like this will be an essay.
We are afraid of what we don't know. And the
That's
ocean
true.
has plenty of mystery.
This might have me do nervous sounds.
Travels 4.3 times
Cause
faster
like
in
the
water
deep ocean,
than in air,
fuck
and
that
has
thing.
60 times more pressure. During Cold War, USA developed a
I didn't know what I expected from
which
a
were used
YouTuber named
to
Mr.
track
Slav.
Soviet submarines. It worked by
Whoops.
mounting a hydrophones to the bottom of the ocean. These hydrophones were connected
Oh, and I
with
think
cables
media
which
that gets
delivered
approved,
data.
I'll just
Some
like
of the
pause the
mysterious sounds
playlist
in ocean were detected
and
by
then
these hydrophones. In recent times, military
and then I'll
allowed
like just
civilian
put it in another
scientists
tab.
to use SOSUS system.
Yeah, just the look of a spectrogram is just I don't know exactly how to like sum it up other than I don't
This
like it very
upsweep
much.
sound was recorded in 1991, and it is still heard today. It gets louder during autumn and spring, but each
Why
year
is that?
the sound volume has been declining.
Good, fuck
But
that
it still
thing.
is loud enough to be picked up throughout the whole Pacific Ocean. Scientists believe that this is a sound of a underwater volcanic activity. Another strange sound is called whistle. The location of the sound is unknown. And
Okay.
the source is somewhere
Tell me
in
about
the
it.
Pacific Ocean.
Like, also trying to decipher what the fuck. Like, I'm looking at this line, and
It
like,
is also believed that
my
the
audio
main
tech
culprit
ass
is a line of
is, like,
active
listening
volcanoes.
and
This
thinking,
one personally is one of
like,
the
am I trying to
more
listen to
intriguing
pitch
ones.
shifting?
In
And I don't know.
1997, a large bloop sound was heard for more than 5,000
I've heard about that
kilometers or 3,100 miles. Keep in mind that the sound travels better underwater. In air, you would need way more powerful impact to create such a powerful sound. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
listen.
And then whoop. It's like clear as fucking day.
It also is 2 times louder than the loudest animal, blue whale, according to Dr. Christopher Fox. But then I am also confused. Isn't the sperm whale the loudest whale? Blue whale is around 188 decibels underwater, and sperm whale is like 230. Mr. Christopher Fox, explain yourself. Julia was given a nickname to one of the weirdest and most powerful underwater sounds. It was loud enough to be heard over the entire SOSU's hydrophone systems.
What the fuck is that? The fuck? I don't
And
like
this
that.
sound was
I
rumbling
hate
for
that,
almost
in
3
fact.
minutes.
I think.
It is highly likely that this sound was caused by a massive shift of large iceberg. You have to realize how massive some of these shifts are when you understand that this moving thing is as big as the city of Manhattan. These 2 sounds are also icebergs.
That's fucking huge. What is... No. Why does that look like bones? There's no good reason. There's no good reason. It's just to be terrifying. It's just to be the absolute worst. Pareidolia be damned, my brain can go fight or flight.
They may have been a grounded icebergs, which means that they are big enough to reach bottom of the ocean. Then iceberg slowly moved and scraped floor, which
I've not
made
even
all those
thought
noises.
about
Anyway,
icebergs
ocean also has
scraping
various
the
other
ocean
strange
floor. Not because
sounds,
icebergs
which are not
aren't
really that
big,
mysterious.
but like...
But they sure can give you heebie-jeebies.
Exactly.
I am correct, right, Mr. Len? For more than 50 years, these strange robotic sounds were confusing naval officers and marine researchers. You see, in water it is extremely difficult to locate the origin of the sound. The strange boing sound first appeared on submarine recordings in the 1950s. Today we know which whale makes the sound. It's mink whale.
Okay. Oh, I hate it. Why does it sound... Wait, no, I like it again, because now I hear that and
But
think
there is a whale which
that
we
it's
even
gonna start the
till this
fucking
day
Seinfeld
seem
bass
to be
line.
unable to figure out. We can distinguish whale species by their sound frequency. Apparently, there is a whale which talks in 52 Hz frequency calls. This whale has never been sighted
but
and
we've
can
heard
only
its
be
call.
heard through our hydrophones.
How do you not hear a whale? Or how do you not find what? Like, they're fucking huge. Yeah, it did just occur to me, like, I don't actually know if, like, a whale picks up on sonar, for instance.
Why do I keep saying whale, but not whales? Well, according to scientists, this whale can only be heard from a single location. So there is
doesn't
only
that narrow it
one
down?
of its kind. Well, at least it was thought that way before 2010. A sensor have picked up additional specimen with the same call. So this makes it even more weird, since before that, scientists believed that this individual was either a malformed whale or some sort of a hybrid whale. So the chance of 2 similar whales is even more weird.
Like, yeah,
As of 2014, the whale has been detected.
Please tell me there's been... Okay.
So it's lurking somewhere deep. Another whale sound is not even remotely mysterious, but just plain creepy.
Exactly. That's how it is. That's how it is. Just kind of freaky.
For the rest of its life. Researchers discovered his unusual ability to mimic the rhythm and tone
How's my
of
day
human
been?
speech.
Literally just started. I woke up late. What in the goddamn? Thanks, I hate it. Oh, I fucking hate that.
A diver working in the enclosure came to the surface after
Not
he
a
heard
fan.
someone cry, "Out, out, out." After he asked his colleagues, "Who told me to get out?" they realized it had been beluga whale. This eerily reminds me of those monsters in movies which mimic human voices to prey on us.
Stop that. No. Not a fan, not a fan.
Also, did you know that some fish can
That
communicate
bear in
underwater?
Annihilation's really
This
goddamn
means
good,
they
though.
also have ears. This is Garibaldi fish, which makes this noise by grinding teeth out of anger.
Yeah, I know, I woke up late. No, trust me, like, I'm aware. I'm aware of how late I woke up. Late
And
enough
this
for
is
the
the
sun to
sound
be
of
down
a
when I
male
finally
bigfish,
realized
which
where I
uses its
was.
bladder to make a sound which is used to flirt with female weak fish.
That's kind of cool, though. No, that's kind of rad, actually. I like that noise.
Now this fish is called black
I could
drum,
sample that
and it
shit.
is pretty big. It can reach over 100 pounds or 45
Give
kilograms.
me 2 seconds.
And it
I just
produces a
realized I
very
didn't bring my
loud,
trash can
low
over here.
frequency sound which range
And
from
today's a
about
runny
60
nose
to
kinda day.
1100 hertz.
They will seriously vibrate anything they're laying on, and even the boat if they're underneath you.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate it. I hate how that looks.
There it goes.
Fuck the ocean.
Some Florida residents reported of hearing black
Just
drums.
fuck the ocean.
This is possible because the low
Nuke it.
frequencies of those calls are able to travel through the ground.
All of
And
it.
after
You heard me.
traveling through
You
the
might be like,
ground,
but Bedlam,
it
the
goes
ocean's
into
too
the
big.
walls
We
and
have
floors
nukes.
of the home.
Okay, that's also like this has stopped being creepy and it
So they
started being
literally
cool.
vibrate the walls of homes that
Howdy,
are near
Cleo.
water
Howdy.
canals. Listen to
How
this.
you doing?
This sound was recorded at the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench. For those who don't know, this sound was recorded at the depth of 10.9 kilometers or 6.7
We're just
miles.
watching YouTube
Scientists
today.
determined that this is actually
It's a
a call of
Tuesday,
whale,
isn't it?
but they are not sure which particular whale it was. Also, this sound probably didn't come from that depth, but since sound travels great distances underwater, it quite possibly came from above. In 2016,
Wait, like
fishermen
above
at
the water, but
northern
you heard it
part
with
of
the
Canada
vibration mic?
reported of hearing loud
Heh.
ping sounds from sea.
Ooh. Oh, fuck me. In the left channel only. I thought that was... Unfortunately, it is a Tuesday. God damn. Unfortunate. It's so uncanny to have something
Nobody
naturally
seems to
occurring
know where
and
the
only
sound
in
comes
the
from,
left channel.
but
What
the
are we
theory
watching here?
is
I shit
that
you
it
not,
may
it is a
have been
submission
a
called
submarine.
Scary Sounds in Water.
And this ping was actually a very loud sonar. But about that in the
I have a
next
queue of
video.
like 11
This is the
videos. I'm
sound
waiting
of
for one to be
lightning striking
approved.
the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico.
Submissions through the Discord. You're terrified of the ocean. Why are you here? In all fairness, video will
By the
be
way,
over
it is
in under
exceptionally
2 minutes.
difficult to catch
Oi!
such sounds since only few lightning strikes hit 1 square kilometer per year. We actually have a sound of a monster which destroyed
No,
over
stop.
220,000
What do you mean?
people.
Please tell me
You
it's
may
like a
wonder,
tsunami.
there is no such thing as monsters. You are right. But when 2004 earthquake happened in Indonesia,
Okay,
it created
yeah.
one of the most devastating
Yeah, natural
tsunamis
disasters.
in the world.
Tsunamis.
And we have recorded
Yes,
the sound
okay.
of that earthquake.
Not like a sea creature. See, this is not a terrifying spectrogram. This is just sound. This is doable. It doesn't look like bones.
It's kind of weird that
That's
only
where I'm at.
5% of the ocean has been explored by humans. Oceans
Iron lung
contain
type beat, I get it.
94% of the world's wildlife. So it wouldn't be too crazy if there was something really strange lurking in the deep corners of the unknown.
Look, I'll be real. Spectrograms freak me the fuck out, and I don't know why.
Maybe people
Except me
with
here when your bum pulls up in the
thalassophobia
driveway
are
or
not too
something. She
crazy.
does have a big vehicle. Okay. So that's the video. Now we've got this.
It disgusted me. I craved the strength and
We've got
subtlety of
this.
steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fade.
You're already concerned. It's just the Mechanicus Adeptus.
One day, the
Or
crude
Adeptus
violence
Mechanicus.
that you call the temple.
Don't worry about them. They're here to help.
Beg my kind to save you.
You'll be fine if you're not a Necron. Or a heretic.
I'm already saved.
Fucking love the Mechanicus. Adeptahuacana what? The Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay, I thought this would be a meme.
I serve the Omnisire.
I thought this would be a meme. No, it's just the intro to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. Yeah, to the point where it's just someone recording it. Alright, fuck it. It's a nerdy Warhammer thing. Yeah. The game Half-Life 2, there exists an ongoing mystery that's never been solved. The Interloper mystery, of which I am only slightly familiar with. Mysterious graffiti in Ravenholm. Anyone see that weird graffiti in Ravenholm? It's the beginning part in a dark alley. Fair creepy if you ask me. Is it a glitch or what? When you walk up, there's a weird noise. Is there a G-Man? The alley in the intro. The alley, the dark one with the light in it. Check both, you didn't see anything. And this 34-page thread would be enough to start on. I didn't expect this to not have any commentary. The fact that there's no commentaries making you go and say, absolutely. Okay, but like... I'm gonna be real, when I'm trying to like investigate like a gaming thing, I try to gun for exactly what's like... Yeah, I try to go like immediately to the point where the thing is cited. I don't understand why they were futzing around. This is the graffiti in question. Very similar to the Umbrella Man graffiti, but with some slight difference. What do you mean Umbrella? Oh! I guess. I guess it's similar. It's just a dude with an umbrella. Why is his face all fucked up? Actually, you know what? No. I understand if we dive into the map file itself. That's true. You can absolutely do this in Hammer. You can, bare minimum, get texture and entity names from it. Not the map files. I mean, like, if you want answers, that's how you get them. It's just an overlay, but what's the texture's name? It should be easy enough to get from here. Like, a lot of the manhacks, for example, are named. The fuck is that artifacting? Okay, what in the actual okay, now it's interesting again. Users know something wrong with this decal. Yeah, it's got some fucked up artifacting. And it's just called Decal Graffiti 038B VTF. So, like... It's clearly corrupt. I don't know if it's corrupted. It might be. It might also be intentional. Now it's a little goofy. Yeah, you need something that isn't Notepad++ to look at this sort of thing. This is what you find inside. There we go. Now we've got a text editor. I mean, like, if you're going to be looking for code, I wouldn't use Notepad++ for it, but... There are console commands. They're legitimate. But are they legitimate? What do they do? Howdy, pitches. We watched the Scary Sounds Underwater video. Now we're watching the video on Half-Life 2's Interloper mystery. You need the first interlope command or it won't work, according to Half-Life2.net. Or HL2.net. Okay. But, like, the thing about this is, what the fuck? The thing about this is, like, you might be wondering, what the fuck just... Yeah, exactly that phrasing. What the fuck just happened? For some reason, the command causes the game to generate and play a demo. Does Half-Life 2 even have demo capability? If you don't know what a demo is, of course I do. Source games let you record gameplay with the record command. Oh, I guess it does. Huh. Okay, I've never actually known about that. Yeah, Source to me is one of those things that are, like, legitimately kind of creepy. Like, I think it's because Source games were some of the first ones where a game could be unintentionally scary. Or where a game could be... The word I'm looking for is sinister. So, like... them not working the way they're supposed to work freaks the fuck out of me. What's the data inside these demos? Where does it come from? Is literally just being demo mode is killing you? Oh, a little bit. But the fact that it, like, does a 0.5 second demo and then shoots you out to the main menu is fucking weird. But no, it wouldn't be a longer video if there wasn't a twist somewhere. Oh, goddamn. Source is a modern-day esoteric mystery. I'm surprised there isn't more Source esoterica. Just overall. You quickly discover that most are only a few seconds long. Yeah, but, like, this feels like it just bloats the file size. It was probably just for dev testing. Yeah, but why were they testing that? What the fuck were they doing? They could have just been staring. This sort of shit freaks me out in Source games. No clipping out of a Source game. Heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. But I hate it. You have like 40 different 2-second clips. Why? Do they have intent? Yeah, some are just minutes of aimless gameplay. No, this one is clearly testing. And just like... testing entity behavior. You'll record, but you'll fuck it up and always forget to delete. That's fair. Yeah, like, why the fuck was this happening? What in the goddamn? Testing clipping and behavior. It's just testing. I mean, like, if it's just test footage, like actual QA work, that's also interesting to me. I want to know exactly how this ties into, like, the fucking graffiti. Like, imagining it as just a playthrough is so funny. Yeah, no, you don't want to know what it looks like to, like, essentially do QA. Ooh, occasionally it will even generate a map to go with the video. That's how you play games. What the fuck? What is that? Okay, no, we're interesting again. Maps stick around in a file called data.bsp. You can even load and explore them. Yeah, no, but what are those? I don't remember those. Even from the beta. Or not the beta, even from the leak. Something to know, there's a lot of games built on the Source engine. That's true. Does this work in other games? Have I watched Total Drama Island? I did when it was coming out. Yes. I mean, like, that is an interesting test method to, like, see if it works in other games, and the answer is yes. I kind of want to see if they go to Portal for this. Not Portal 2, because I think Portal 2 is slightly modified Source. So there's a few interesting ones I found in TF2. Teeth! Look at those teeth! Kinda wanna learn coding and data mining just for this shit. I can get you a head start on that. There's a bit of software called Noesis, Noesis. Things get real interesting in Counter-Strike Source. I bet Counter-Strike Source is a fuck. Just looking through game files for QA footage. So I feel like that would only happen in games that have demos as like a feature, but like absolutely in theory doable. Just gonna check the Discord right quick. Ayo Pitches, could you is that's not VR testing, but I thought it was for a second. Wait. Maybe? Hold on. This is definitely... That's VR... I mean, Source... Original Source has VR capability. It doesn't surprise me that anyone would fuck around with that in Counter-Strike Source. That's CSGO in VR. CSGO actually has, TF2 actually has a VR test branch somewhere. I remember that for a fact. What's up, boss? Could you just, vet the one submission from before your past two? I would love to play actual CSGO in VR. Pavlov just is not the same. I want to play TF2 in VR with people. Same, actually. Imagine rocket jumping in VR, though. Imagine being a VR Market Gardener main. What the fuck? What the fuck? You've never played a VR shooter yet? You kinda wanna? What is oh no problem? Oh wait, oh, no problem. Didn't realize it wasn't vetted. I think you're the only person who actually goes through vetting. Every once in a while you get a really strange... Yeah, that one's fucking weird. So for VR shooters, I actually recommend 3H quite a bit. Spooky Demo on the Coast levels. It's the clip known as Spooky Coast is long lost, along with another one that's just called Misty. If you know where I can find either of these, let me know. These screenshots are all you can find. You'll steal it from Mia. Got you. There's also, if you still have your Quest 2, Pavlov Shack is free. And it's basically Counter-Strike. See, why don't people do these for their fucking Gmod args? This would make footage so much cooler. You're doing quests through PC? Yeah, Pavlov Shack is completely free. You might have to sideload it, though. Yeah, like, this is automatically creepier than anything from Gunslinger Pro. Or Badwater. Somehow got 11 points entirely with... 11-point entirely with Connect. No, that's fair. You'll try 3H? That's fair, that's fair. Fortunately, at around 6 a.m. Okay. Yeah, 3H should also be a good, like, I don't want to say introduction, but a good easing in period of combat-based VR games, because, like, the enemies aren't shooting you with real guns, and they don't look like people. So your Phantom Sense might not pop off. That was your first ever experience to VR? What, getting shot and it being a problem? God, we should play Half-Life 2 on stream. back when you visited Mia last year. She had you play it on her index. Hey, it's a good game. It's a good game. She only had you go in places with no enemies. That's also fair. What? Bro, what are you doing? Command stopped working. In everything? And... what the fuck? What the fuck? Still unsolved, 16 years late. Do I have Half-Life 2 installed? If you have any information or recordings of your own, please share them with us below. Do I have Half-Life 2 installed right now? I have to check. Okay. Did it stop? That's my big question. I'm gonna assume yet. Quick at it? No, we're seeing what that was. We're seeing what that was. Think they showed it not working in Counter-Strike? Did they actually just like... I don't know. Ah, okay, okay. Bellamusa, period and comma? Holy shit, what? Oh, it's actually because it's the greater than, less than sign. I've never known about that. Okay, noted. This is the good old-fashioned way of doing it. Found this old lost video file of the infamous... We found Spooky Coast! Okay, I need to see Spooky Coast. What the fuck? The spam pausing? I'm very quick to do it. Yeah, I think this is from Lost Coast. I should play Lost Coast on stream. I remember my first experience with it. What? God, that's terrifying, because they're in VR. So, like, I've seen, like, the burnt source corpse in VR chat, and it freaked me the fuck out. The footstep sounds bop, they're really good. Genuinely some of my favorite footstep noises in video games, which sounds like a weird compliment, but, like, it's true. But, like, no, there's a map of, how big is the room they're in? Assuming this is Valve test footage, optimal. Oh, that's great. That's great. I have a feeling some of this is legitimately just to fuck with data miners. Because this is what it feels like. Okay. That's good. Oh, are you telling me that this was goof? Are you telling me this wasn't real? Because that was good. Hold on. We're doing this. We're doing this. I gotta know. Because right before this, there was a brief flash. The briefest. Just absolutely... Oh, oh. Okay. That... I will label this as unintelligible. I was right to check this. Yeah, some of this only exists for like a frame. Two varying colors. Huh. Legitimately freaky, though. I didn't expect that. I'm gonna... Yep. Apparently it was for a, apparently it was legitimately just for, like, a thing. Apparently it was for, like, a contest or, like, a showcase called Skybox. Which, I mean, I do want to see the whole thing. I scrolled a bit. And Black Scream looked like a head or skull. It looked like the burnt corpse model. Yeah, and it was done in SFM. That's so fucked. It's really good. I'm not even
Before
mad.
the video really starts, I just actually lost. But the way it ended seemed so incredibly scripted, and I swear on my life that I did not plan it to be that way. It kind of ended on like a really weird, I don't know. You'll see what I mean. I just wanted you to know that this was completely unedited except for this little part at the beginning here because I did just kill myself. But yeah, I'll cut
I
to the
gotta
beginning
know. I gotta know.
So I had this idea a little while ago to make this video, but I just never had an excuse to actually go ahead and make it. And
Okay.
the excuse that I have is the channel just hit 10,000 subscribers.
Okay,
Which is an
congrats.
absolutely ridiculous number for the type of content that I make here.
So I'm gonna be real, that one
when I
submission
hit 2,000
submission that was
subscribers,
thrown in
and that
there
was
is like near
3
40
weeks ago.
minutes, and that might be a bit long
I've
for
been
just
doing YouTube for about a year and a half, just purely for fun.
like
I just
40
really
some
like
odds, a
editing
bit too
stuff,
long.
and this was a great outlet to do that. I
Like
did
20
not
is perfect
expect to
length.
find myself here right now.
30 is
And
pushing it.
I know that you can see. I'm going to start playing Russian roulette now, but I know that you can see the bullet in there. So I'm just going to close my eyes while I'm playing, and also
Beast.
don't look at the time code for the video. Don't look at when the
Don't
video
look
ends.
at it.
I want you
Don't
to be
look
here
at
with
it.
me for this
Yeah,
as
yeah,
moral
yeah, yeah.
support. And
Moral
and,
support. Have successfully
yeah, we're
removed
just
yourself
gonna-
from the floor. Are you okay?
Oh, God, the volume is up so high too.
You could set a
like,
4-hour-long video
I'm
doc
really
on the...
scared, like, this isn't gonna be
Yo!
easy if I'm
That's
ever
popped up in
talking
my recommended,
not
I
so
think.
good. It's because I'm afraid of this thing.
Is that a hollow point round?
But yeah, we
Does
hit 10,000
H3 have different
subscribers,
bullets for
which is a
different,
number
like...
that doesn't really make sense to me. And oh God, this is actually okay. It's a number that doesn't make sense. And in the past
Hold on.
2 or 3 weeks, when the YouTube algorithm decided to
It shows a bunch
shoot
of
me
bullet
into the
variations.
stratosphere,
How do you get them?
that
Because I know
the
that
past 2 or 3
shotgun
weeks have
shells
been
have different
crazy.
things. Like, I've seen Dragon's
I now
Breath,
run
I've
a
seen
Discord
Flachet,
of
I've seen
over
Freedom Fetty.
900 people. I've never been in a Discord for any YouTuber.
But I
I
didn't
don't
know there was one for,
what
like,
they're used
actual
for, and I've never run
individual...
a Discord server. And it's
There's
just
an
me
ammo
running
spawner in the spawn
as
table?
of right now.
Noted.
And thank you to everyone that's in that server. Thank you to everyone that's offering to help me, because I know it's
Little
very
red
obvious
spawner
that I have
thingy.
no
I'll
idea what
look
I'm
into
doing.
that, because
Honestly,
I'm
I
kind of
would say
curious what the
same for
variety
YouTube
is.
as well.
Okay, I jump
And
a
I
little
wanna say
bit
thank you,
every
'cause
shot.
It's been so much fun.
You
I've
can
never
tell
been in a
that this
Discord server
motherfucker's
before, but it's
going
been
to
so much
hurt when
fun
he
just
does it.
hanging out with everyone and playing
You can
Cabaret
tell. You can
and watching
tell.
people's streams and going on that Minecraft server.
You can
that
tell
has,
he's gonna
like,
feel
hentai
it.
in it.
Every time the water jet is running, there's a weird primal urge to swipe
Yeah,
your hand
yeah.
at it as fast as you can and see how bad.
Yeah, this
it
one
would
looked
hurt.
really good
See a
too.
flat score? Would it tear through your hand? Would your hand
I
be
love how
numb?
he's just talking
Shut
about,
up.
like,
Today
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
watch
put these
hentai,
three
and he
ballistic
just
gel hands
shoots
through a series
himself.
of tests, mainly involving the water jet, but a few others. And then
Okay.
we're gonna X-ray them, and we're gonna see what kind of damage is done to
Fake
these poor
hands.
guys.
Fake
Quite
hands.
impressed. There's even skin pattern on these. This poor specimen looks like he had fibromyalgia. Looks like we got a little osteoporosis going on here. Got some mesothelioma on this
Don't
guy.
worry about it. You may be
That's
entitled to
what that feels
compensation.
like. I'm 90% sure the saw stop will be activated by
It's
this.
got every ammo
Okay,
type.
we're gonna
If you
start
hold
with
a gun, you
swipe.
can hit a button to
Imagine
select
I
its
was
caliber.
adjusting something on the
Hey!
jet and accidentally slipped and went.
Nice.
Or you gave in to the primal urge and you just, you risked it all.
You risked it all.
Interesting.
I wonder how that got out there, but
Well, you'd be missing the tip of your finger. The bone would still be there.
for the most
Okay.
part, it even took a little chunk out of your bone right here. But your flesh would most definitely be either hanging off or gone.
Gonzo beans,
I
as they
should get a
say.
raise. That was
Reattachable.
quick. I just
Reattachable.
swiped that through pretty
Yeah.
fast.
This is good content. Yeah.
So let's say you fell asleep with your hand on the cutting table.
Correct. That
And
happens all the time.
all the time.
All the time.
I'm
All the
always
time.
getting drowsy out here. And you're just, your hand's sitting there.
That's how you love the single
here
action
comes the
with
water jet
government
as fast
40.
as it can move.
This
and
makes
we'll
your
see how
stomach
bad that
upset kind of.
damages.
I don't know. I like seeing Ballistic's tummy get
Oh,
fucked up.
That's some damage.
I love
Yeah,
those.
don't be drowsy while working a water jet, people.
Yeah.
It almost goes through the bone.
That's
It
Oh
bad.
shit!
the flesh off so easily.
Yikes.
Your stomach is not
this
holding
is what
up
the
to
slow
this.
motion footage looks like. For
I mean,
some reason-
this answered the question. This answered the question of what would happen if you put your hand under a water jet. Your fucking skin would fly off.
We flew a kite in a public
So let's go.
We flew a kite.
Something better.
But at full resolution, this video
A
is
video that has
1920
no
pixels.
point.
Do you want nuclear power? It ignores time zones and irritating human.
Holy
things
shit!
like that.
Nuclear power does that?
No, not
Oh.
really. Not. Something has gone terribly wrong here. And crash.
Ballistic Dummy's getting shot as tasty, but like Ballistic Dummy's getting hit with things that want.
I
That's
still
fair.
fast all over the place, but I'm
In all fairness,
swearing and cursing.
I don't
Not normally that.
I don't
How do
quite
you know
think
it's
about
the shortest?
like
Vote red or you'll regret it.
the possibility
Trust
of putting my
me,
hand
I've
on a
counted your
saw.
vote, and I have absolutely not.
'Cause I don't wanna
compromised
think about
on
that.
this. It is a complete and utter mess.
Pick a frozen meal that's been made earlier that day or earlier that week, take it to a microwave oven on your own table, and heat it yourself. Look for
Okay.
words. See if they change.
You can take over the world. I have prepared.
Holy
notes.
shit, I can do that?
Sorry,
Ace of
Max.
Thoughts hit different during shop class. You know what? Yeah.
What's video 284?
Matt and I are sorry that you've been affected by that image from that video. Snop it. And deluxe, premium, silicone,
Oh, yeah.
vibrator, prostate.
Gotta like the solder guy. Okay, I've thought about that one. In Disco Elysium,
hitchhike.
there was a fucked up
You are in the
like
wrong. Bloody. I'm gonna go to the store.
there was a moment where I got my hand covered in something and there was the
Hey,
option
pay
to lick
attention
it
to
and I'm
me.
like, why not? I can
Some
just
money.
snuff some
Make me
nose
a thing
effect.
that'll go here.
Snoof, if you will.
Is that a tit?
That is it was a tit.
Yeah, that was a
But I
tit.
didn't get my camera
It
out
was.
to get a picture of the tit for you.
Well, you've got a load of quite
Damn,
large
we almost got
batteries
tit pics, chat.
with computers. The official name that was decided later was Personal Area Networking, or PAN. Chucking some chemicals together.
Damn, I know
is
some people that are.
significantly cheaper. Excuse me.
What?
Britain never answered, and America went on to make its own mushroom clouds.
Damn. Okay, we're gonna go to. I've got a couple submissions. I got a couple we can go through. Yeah! Oh, this one.
Christopher, my son, did I ever tell you the full story
Okay.
of Shelob? You know, the monstrous spider, descended from the vile Ungoliant, which I used to read aloud of in our Oxford meetings of the Inklings.
Potentially.
Well, what I didn't mention back then was that Shelob could also transform into a turtly hot babe, all pale
Damn.
and dark and wan, like Rebecca in Ivanhoe, or what will later come to be known as the goth subculture. In fact,
Okay.
she looked very much like the pornographic actress Stoya, who will be born 13 years after I die. Now, Christopher, I will be entrusting you with my estate. If there is ever a video game adaptation of my work, you must make sure they get this Shelob right.
Must make sure.
she's what the English
Canon
Saxons would have
accurate.
called a heta etche. A real
what?
sexy
Oh.
bitch.
Is that true? For the record,
she's what the Anglo-Saxons would have
wait.
called a heta etche. A real sexy bitch.
I'm just imagining a fucking titan
I
in
don't
a
think Tolkien
booth.
would say that.
Oh, that's not. That's not a fucking... That's not a Titan. But still, I'm thinking about it. Okay, we got the Byzantines. Shit.
Young Simon the Hairy-Bottomed was born in the rolling hills of Anatolia, the youngest of 64 children. By the time he came
Yeah, a
of
reminder
age, his
to y'all that
family's modest farmstead
submissions
was being
stay up
raided over 500
until I
times
decide
per
to
year
end
by
it,
the
honestly.
forces of the great Khan Plukchugduluktugug, who led a mighty host of over 3 horse
And
archers.
mod
Tired
application
of
or
inaction,
mod
young
submissions
Simon
get
joined his
pre-vetted
local
because I
team
trust my
army
mods,
and
I think.
amazed his fellow troops with his innovative strategy of not running away immediately. He was declared
Not running
emperor
away.
and engaged in a civil war
Not
to
running
usurp
away.
the incumbent Constantine
That's what
the
you gotta
56,
do.
who had himself usurped his predecessor Michael the tax cheat the previous year. After a long, bloody conflict which saw millions die and most of the empire's hinterlands seized by rival powers, Simon
Yeah?
emerged victorious and had the
Damn.
defeated Constantine blinded, skinned
Oh, no.
alive,
Ooh.
dismembered, cooked, and served to a Bulgarian swineherd.
Well, that's
in
not
what
that
was
bad.
regarded as an unusually lenient punishment by Byzantine standards.
The Byzantines were
The war
fucked
was
up.
immediately followed
The
by
Byzantines were
Simonian
fucked
plague,
up.
a great onset of deadly disease
What little
which
I
killed
know.
further millions and saw the empire's economy collapse. In an attempt to mitigate the damage, Simon announced a tax increase of 0.005% on all landowners with estates larger than 1,000 acres. This caused
their
widespread
history is
rioting
super-
and unrest, and Simon met his end being torn apart by
Superior
enemy,
Romans
which
is such a
included his
fucked up
wife, his
phrase.
children, the patriarch,
Yeah,
his
they are
horse,
more-
and
they
the
are more
Bulgarian
interesting, for
swineherd,
sure.
great Constantine. Simon was
Well,
succeeded
damn.
as emperor by the aforementioned Bulgarian swineherd, whose sweeping legal and financial reforms saved the empire and made it the dominant power in the Mediterranean once again. Until he was blinded by his wife and exiled
Oh,
to a
no.
monastery on Syracuse, which collapsed into the sea the following year. All in all, Simon the Hairy-Bottomed was emperor of the Romans for a grand total of 47
7 minutes.
by far the longest reign of his dynasty.
Oh, that's good. That hits. That hits. Okay. Okay. We've got an old Best Friends animated.
The worst, most ridiculous Bible protagonist topic on Gas.
This is the best topic.
How does it go?
The heroes and villains.
Speak it to me, Will.
Because there's a lot of Bible
We've got two,
protagonists.
And it seems like they're just trying to figure out which is the most ridiculous one.
Right. And they're all tight competitors, right?
Yeah, and then the opening pose being
Tight race.
like Joseph, because he's a spoiled, rotten brat that gets what the hell he wants when he wants.
Is that Jesus' dad, Joseph?
There's
or a different Joseph?
Is it Joseph too?
I'm pretty sure it's
Joseph
as
too?
in the Technicolor Dreamcoat Joseph.
Oh, okay.
And God gave him undeserved
Hasn't
privileges
fucked a
even
goat
in prison in spite
yet.
of his utter uselessness to everyone and everything. And was it not for God's intervention, he would have died, which is a rarity in the Bible, given that God's chosen ones have some modicum of sense, practicality, and willpower. So he was just whiny.
He was just whiny.
And he's just a
And
prick.
then he said Abraham's a runner-up because he's a bit weird and that he tried to kill his son in sacrifice.
Jonah throws
That was a
himself
weird
into
one.
the ocean because he's tired.
And
Because
he doesn't
he's
want
tired.
to save the people that God said, go save those people.
It's
like
the
God
best.
tells him, Go to the city, tell them to repent, or I'll blow it up. And he's like, sick. I hope they don't repent because I hate those fuckers. Yeah. And then after this long journey, he gets there and they totally repent, and God's gonna like high five him and be like, "Yo, sick, you did a good job." He's like, "Yeah, I guess."
I'm
I
throwing
suppose.
a lot.
Yeah, lot
because
sucks.
He straight up is like, "Yo, you can't like have sex with these angels. You guys are trying to get up all in this angel booty.
Here's
it's too
my
good for you.
kids.
Take my daughter instead."
Oh yeah, his daughter.
Oh.
Tell me
Yes,
that.
both of them.
Daughters?
Yeah.
Plural.
Up his daughters.
So angels come to visit Lot, and the entire city, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, like they're
To be
awful
fair,
people, and they're
sacred
like,
hospitality.
Yo, that's hot. Give
Fun
us
fact,
that
Barely
angel.
Santa Maris
It's
in your
hot.
circles
And
back
then
in
he's like,
DC.
you
You
can't
just
have
fucking
these
missed him.
angels. And
Ayo.
they'll give it, and they're like,
But he
no.
didn't know they were angels. He didn't know.
And he's like, no, you can't have them. These are my special guests. You
Oh,
can
that
have
guy
my
rules.
daughters instead.
Yeah.
What?
Real.
Yeah.
But it's,
Yeah,
but it's okay
Sue, you
because
like
when God blows up
remind
the city
me
and
of
kills
like
Jones,
someone who's
that's
like
how-
who has like a Ryu factor of 1 next to a bunch of like
and
really
then his daughters
like
get him drunk
big
and fuck
old
him.
internet people,
Okay, so everything's fixed.
Yeah, everything's fixed.
Everything's okay.
So girls
or
out
at
there
least
have
like
this,
pre-modern
like,
internet.
God that put that angel.
Like you have a Ryu number of like 1 or 2.
Hey,
That's a revenge method, apparently. If you follow the Bible.
Tell the
Yeah,
story
your
about
6
the guy
degrees
that
are
puts
surprisingly
an angel in a
low.
Cobra clutch for like all day.
So no, this topic on Gap is about like the worst Bible protagonist.
Jacob's the
This is
best.
the best
Yeah.
Bible protagonist. This is
Who do you guys think the best Bible protagonist
It can go
is?
both ways, and I'm pretty sure that the sickest dude in the entire Bible is
Me.
motherfucking
Same.
Jacob.
I'm alright.
Jacob
Jacob
goes to sleep
rules.
one day, and then he dreams, and then like he sees a vision of like a stairway. Like
Besides, like, Christ doesn't count. He's like...
That's Jacob's ladder. That's
He's
what
like...
Jacob's
Jesus
ladder
is like the One Ring.
And then an angel passes by, and he's like, "Yo, are you an angel?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Cool.
Christ is
Yo, give me
Goku.
a blessing, bro." And the angel's like,
One
"Nah,
supposes.
man, I gotta go." And Jacob's like, "No, fuck you. You're giving me a blessing."
I love
He's like,
Jacob
"No, I
so
really
much.
have
He's
to go
such a
or not
prick.
leaving
He's such a
until you
prick.
give me my fucking blessing." And so the angel's like tries to peace out. And
Christ is
Jacob
like One Ring.
grabs
That's
him,
true. Clip
and
it.
They fucking wrestle for an entire day.
There are
This
statues.
is literally a WWE plotline.
There are statues of this. It's awesome.
Like every move ever, he gives him a stunner, angel off the ropes, you know.
It's like an Iron Man match for all day.
Exactly, and like and,
Right,
and
or
the
in some
ladder match,
versions,
except
it's
the
not
ladder
an
goes to
angel,
fucking
it's
heaven.
God.
Yeah.
Only one of them's trying to get up.
He handles an angel until the angel's like, "Fine, I tap out." Here's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
fucking
'cause,
blessing.
like,
leave me alone.
That always ends the same way, but
Just
sometimes it's
generic
God.
generic, like
Generic.
you will bless
Is
you.
Israel.
You'll
That's
have, like,
true.
good luck and power
good
and good
fortune
fortune.
be to you.
Yeah.
It's true.
You need it. You were
Rather than
fucking
dunking on
wrestling
Matt,
the
you'd
shit
say
out
if
of
you want
me.
this kind of energy in a group these days,
Angelic
Gigaboots
equivalent
is
of
your
wrestling
recommended.
or fighting a giant
Yeah, I
bunny
get
for
that.
its foot.
The Gigaboots boys seem cool. Oh, hello. Yeah, every once in a while, we'll see, like, a fucked up that because of the Halloween shit. They cool? They seem cool. Let me just check submissions. Yeah, we've got 2 submissions in. Those need vetting. We'll go back to... Oh, we got a Nurbit video! We got Nurbit video in! Let's go! I haven't seen this one in a minute. Yeah, hell yeah. I would love to do this mod. I would love to do it. I don't think it's up anymore.
Beat Fallout New Vegas while being chased by the Crash Man. As the name implies, the
I'm not gonna
Crash
lie,
Man
I
is an
saw that
individual
because
who
like I
travels
have the
world
bell on
against
for
the player
Nurbit.
game, and his sole
Oh,
purpose
I
is to
haven't
track
turned
down
on
the player
subtitles
and
the whole
talk with
time.
them,
I'm
which will
sorry.
result in the game crashing. Unlike all the other chase runs I've completed thus far, the best part about the Crash Man is that there is no setup required to get him to come after you, so the minute the game
Just
begins,
does.
the challenge
He
is already
just
underway,
does.
and I need to be quick on my feet to avoid this psychopath. The rules are the same as they have
Yeah,
been
I think
in the past for
Nurbit
these
just got
runs.
it, like,
No fast
sent to
traveling as
him.
it defeats the purpose of being chased, and of course if he catches me, or in this
What do you
case if
think
he
about
causes the game to crash, the run will be over as I only
Sonic
have one shot at this. On the bright side, depending on how you look at it, the Crash Man is invincible, meaning I never need to
I mean,
worry
if you
about him
need
dying,
if you need a
so I
joke
won't need to
about
do the
like
usual save the
someone
game,
going
finish the
fast,
challenge, and then wait to make sure he's still in hot pursuit. This mod was created by KM Fallout, who was kind enough to reach out to me and provide me a link to the mod after it was removed from the Nexus. That link is in the
Oh,
description
it was removed.
should any of you wish to give this mod a go
Fuck.
yourself. Now
Now I
with
don't
all
have a
that out of the way,
choice.
let's begin. Things begin as normal, a horrible headache followed by redesigning your skin suit
Run,
and
man.
figuring out what makes you so unique in this bleak world. The major difference is that I have never been so tense in
That's
the
true.
tutorial, as I can only assume the Crash Man has already spawned and is making his way straight for
Yeah,
Good
like,
Springs. I believe
where does
he
the Crash
spawns up
Man
near
start?
Jacobstown, so at the very least I have a short amount of time
Yeah,
to get
Jacob's
things ready
Town's a
before I
head
head
start,
out.
but
My
like
special stats are about what they usually are for these kind of videos.
that's like a
As there
15-minute
are
head
no
start. You
restrictions
can't
to my
really
build,
fuck
I go with a
around.
melee-oriented character, as that's my favorite way to play New Vegas.
I want to
Despite
say
what
that
it
you can
says,
go
the
just
ability
dead
doesn't actually
north.
increase your overall movement speed, but I still put a single
And if the
point of boost
Cazadors
so I
and
can take the
Deathclaws
travel
don't
light
get
perk
ya,
for a
you're
10%
fine.
Speed increase once I hit level 4. For my tag skills, I go with melee
Like
weapons,
physical
survival,
landmass.
and medicine. Resting in beds to heal is not advised, so I'll want to get as much use out of stim packs as possible.
Oh, and he starts.
then
If
survival
he
for
starts
the
near
previously mentioned travel
Jacobstown,
light perk,
he's
as
got
it needs to be
more.
45
You've
to
got
get it.
more
Finally, for
Cazadors
traits,
to
I
run
go with
around.
heavy-handed and skilled. I have
I don't know.
obviously attempted very similar runs to this in the past,
I don't
so
know.
by now I have a pretty good understanding of what to do to get the best start I possibly can think of. First, I make my way over to Chet's and buy some leather armor for just a little bit of protection. When those transactions are finished, I make my way out of Goodsprings in the direction of
Yeah,
Sloan,
leather armor's
and
the way to
stall
go
off in
for
the
this one,
abandoned shack,
because,
as
like,
there's always a
out of
free
everything in
golf
the
club here
courier,
just
or
waiting
not
to be
courier
taken.
stash,
Following
but
my current path, and I
if
jump
the
right
crash
down
man's
around
set
Scorpion.
to a human faction, a
Initially,
death
I
class,
was fine
etc.,
following
will
the
slow him
escalating
down.
experience, but it became
won't
clear very
kill
quickly
him,
that not
though.
only would this be a waste of time, which is something that I can't have enough of in this challenge,
But
but
yeah, I
also
assume
he
it's
was
set
doing
to human.
so much damage that I didn't want to burn through my healing supplies and risk my armor's condition, as I wasn't sure when I'd be able to get more of each. It's not all bad though. I
What do
may
you call
not
him,
be able to
Gal?
take down
I don't know,
Papa
what?
Scorpion, but that doesn't stop me from heading over to the Hidden Valley and taking
Wait,
out
you've
all
told
of
me
his
this one.
Spartan-based cousins. Marking locations on the map
told
is
me this
ultimately
one.
pointless due to the no fast traveling rule, so it should become quite clear
Yes,
that the reason I'm here is
Houdini.
to deal with the Brotherhood at the beginning,
True.
to cut down on as much backtracking as possible. As I murder the centaurs and grab the holotape and power armor, now would be a very good time to mention that I'm siding with the NCR today. I know that since I've done these chase runs before for each of the other
Mortal
factions,
characters can still
this
get
time
knocked
I
out,
should have
which
sided with Caesar.
keeps them down
But
till
the thing
combat
is, from what I
ends,
know
so they
of
wake
the
up
game
Death
and
Claws
some
being
testing I
too
did
close,
prior to
they'll
beginning
loop the
this run,
KO.
I'm pretty certain that the people who follow you like this cannot cross the barge and make it
It
to the
may
fort. That means that while I'm
also
looking for
be
Caesar, there'll be
like-
segments of the run where I'm essentially not being chased, and that didn't sit right with me. I chose to go with the NCR over Yes Man and House because I figured
I
there
don't
had
know
been
if
stuff
you
to
can
do to
set
keep
that
things
sort of
interesting.
thing to have its
Anywho,
own,
after
like,
the last
unique
of the centaurs moves
parameters.
Down, I mosey on over into the bunker, get kidnapped, and then persuade the ranger to leave by
I'm
going to the
just-
caveman on his radio.
like, I can't
Congratulated
remember.
for my savage ways, I am given free reign of the base, and I immediately abuse those privileges as I feel around in the pockets of the important people to grab the self-destruct codes. Well, I don't actually steal
I've
the
never
card
actually
from
tried to
Harlan.
make a New Vegas
Rather, I
mod
take
from
his super
scratch.
sledge he leaves on
From
display
scratch.
and cave his head in and take it the old-fashioned way. I made sure to do it stealthily too, so that I wouldn't have the whole might of the Brotherhood bearing down upon me. After the base was set to
I think
blow,
my
put
favorite
the
thing
sledge
about
to
how
good
New
use, and
Vegas,
feeling that I was a little overconfident, I thought that I could take on some of the paladins
like
and make the
infamy
experience.
or reputation works is that, like, if you just fucking sneak up on someone and cave their head in and no one's
I'm
around,
still only wearing some highly damaged leather armor,
you will not
so
get
defense
docked
is
for
not
it.
something I have a lot of for the moment. It's not a huge
Like, so you
setback,
can
as
just
on
get
the
like a
next
perfect
attempt, I just
stealth
dart
kill
past them and rejoice as the
with
Brotherhood is no more.
nothing
Wanting to keep at my current
happening
pace,
to
the next
you.
logical direction would be heading through the Black Mountain shortcut, but after taking out a few centaurs that I appear to have missed, I advanced to level
It only
3,
affects your
and
karma.
considering how close
It
I was to the
depends
Black
on
Mountain
who it
raided
is.
car, decided to instead
Because
scale
if
the
you
mountain,
just stealth
battle
kill
like
all of
it,
the Brotherhood,
rescue Raoul,
nothing
and then fight
happens.
and kill Tabitha and her guards to finish the crazy quest, granting me more than enough experience to hit level 4, and
That's
thus
like
giving me
God's
access to
reputation
the
with you,
travel light
basically.
perk.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually got
I mean,
enough
like, I think
experience
if you
here
kill
that I
everyone in
leveled up
Goodsprings,
again
you
and
lose a
maxed out my
shitload of
metal
XP.
weapons. So in terms
Or
of
a
raw killing
shitload of
potential, I am
rep.
set for the rest of the run.
Not rep,
So all I'm gonna
karma.
do now is focus
But-
on healing supplies and armor. With Tabitha dead, I skipped down the mountain, avoiding most of the mutants,
Other than
and made
that-
my way for the shortcut. On the way, I found some turbo next to a briefcase, and given the nature of the run, I can only imagine how handy it could be, especially with dealing with the casinos. Right, so naturally, the
Yeah, you
NCR
also
quest
gain
line has
karma,
a complete quest
depending.
for two major players, those being
For
Ambassador
like killing
Crocodile
gangs in the
Script
Legion,
and Colonel
and
Murder's
depending on
Return.
how you classify
All of their
gang,
quests have traveled back and forward
the
across
Men in
the
Gamora.
Valley, so to do things as fast
Love
as
that
possible,
stealth killing the
it
whole
makes sense
bunker
to
is a
complete all of their
larger
quests
karma
now,
negative than
so that I
nuking
can
it
turn
with
them
all
in
of them
one after
alive
another
inside.
without the fear of coming across
I
our
don't
PC destroying friends.
actually
Because
think
I know
you
you've
lose
all
any
enjoyed this
karma
the
for
last few
killing
times that I've done
Brotherhood.
it. Here's a map
I
to show
don't
the
think it
exact route I'll be
impacts
taking to
anything.
accomplish my tasks in the most efficient way possible. After I make it through the shortcut, I'm going to head northwest for a bit to come closer to Camp McCarran, and from there head west towards Red Rock Canyon to deal with the cans. Once they're out of the way, I will then begin heading northeast all the way up to Nellis to see the boomers,
Love
as it
that
makes
he
more
draws
sense
a
than
fucking
seeing the
map on
ambassador
this
first,
one.
and then going back and forth. Afterwards, I will head down into Freeside, where I'll make a quick pit stop to see the Kings, before advancing into the Strip to deal with the O'Murders and Benny. Next, I will speak with Crocker.
I mean, I wish
finishing
he
his
used a
quest,
smaller
deal with
marker
House,
size,
and from
but,
there, all my
you
tasks
know.
should be finished, meaning all that's left is to head to the
I
dam,
also,
and then turn them into the
I don't
Colonel,
know why
and proceed
New
to
Vegas has karma, like, to
Outside
this
of
day. I
Camp
can
McCarran,
think
help
of
my fellow NCR clear
one
my
time
Not
where
so much to
karma
help the
matters.
soldiers, but to get the Fiend armor, because after my scrap with
Even
Tabitha,
with the Crash
my
Man
leather
coming, we
armor
gotta
is
visit
almost
the
completely
Kings.
destroyed.
Exactly.
It's light armor as well, which is good, as it means
Bare
that
minimum
bonuses
for
to travel
Rex.
light. The only downside is that it's not all that great. Beggars can't be choosers though, so it's off to the cans. The cans in the Longhouse were never going to escape that room alive, being as tightly packed in as they were. It
If
would have
you
been
just
more
get some
impressive for me to
turbo with
not
that
hit anything while
hammer.
swinging wildly. Usually, taking out the cans.
My
in and
favorite
around
way to
the
do
long
this
houses
is,
enough to are, but I
sniff
really
some
didn't want to risk
turbo,
having to come back
inject
here
some
again,
Psycho
so
and
I made the
Med-X,
effort and time to go around the camp
and go in there with
dispatch
Knock
every
Knock.
single last can that I could find. Some of them can hit hard, especially
I'll
with
just
the trail
forget to get
carbines,
Knock Knock
but as soon as I
sometimes.
managed to close the gap, the battle was over. One good thing about massacring the cans like this is
It
that you gain
feels
access to
like
a sizable
Hotline
number of
Miami.
drugs that will no doubt come in handy later. I was
And that's what
fortunate
I
enough
want.
to find another 4 turbo here, bringing my total up to 5.
Hopping a
which
turbo
makes just
jet
about
and
any
going in
gun
with a butcher
hard
knife.
with that amount of slowdown. With the last can reduced to jam,
I
continued on my
I
path
don't like
towards
using
Nels.
jet
I made a
in New
brief stop
Vegas.
along the
It
way
doesn't
to take out Violet and her pack for
work
seemingly no reason. I had no intention of ever setting
Correction, it doesn't
Karen,
make
so
sense to
I suppose
me.
this was just for the small amount of experience that I would absorb from them. As you all know by now, my ability to stay focused is horrendous, as rather than heading straight for Nellis
Oh,
and keeping
shit.
myself ahead of the
For
crash
the
man,
record.
I made 2 more stops along the way for more supplies
Hold the
that I
fucking
really
phone.
did not need. First off, I went to the gun runners and purchased myself a reinforced Mark II
I'm just
combat
gonna
helmet for
bump
added
the
protection,
poll for
as
the
well as
next
taking the time
LP.
to sell a good chunk of the
New
loot I took from the
Vegas
Brotherhood
and
out
Death
of
Stranding
I
are
then
in
took
close
most of the gas over to the
competition.
New Vegas clinic and spent it on stim packs and doctor's bags.
Let's
I wasn't
see what
expecting a tough fight
happens.
from the boomers or anything. This was more just a stock up for the rest of the run. George gets what he deserves when I make it to the outskirts. And from
George
there,
has
I
like
use a single
300
turbo
something
along the
caps
rock
on
wall to
him
ensure I don't
too.
get smacked up
Like,
by the artillery strikes.
you'd be an
Come to think of it,
idiot
since the
not
crash
to
man
murder
cannot
him.
Die and would likely not make it through the bombardment due to constantly getting knocked out. I really could have taken as much time as I needed in Nellis.
You vote for Death
That
Stranding,
is
you,
basically my
you
way
need
of
to see a
saying
full
that
play of
probably
it.
could have
I
stopped
haven't
the fight
actually
if I
beaten
wanted
the
to,
director's
but the
cut
hell with that, I
or
say,
the
is
original,
Pearl
and
Miguel and anyone's
I
fun
have
for
a
British,
day
it's
one
a
copy of
festival,
Death
man.
Stranding, and it'd
I'd
be
rather
really
grenade launcher
interesting to
from
have
the
that
forces on
happen
here,
during
as
the
I know the
Christmas
guards by the
season.
gate can prove
But I
troublesome
think the
without
2
doing
games that are about
Argyle
being a
gets the message and
mailman
put him in his patient's
are
arms
the
of
ones
misery
that are
before turning
winning.
my attention to Loyal, who I kill by slamming into his ceiling, followed by
God,
stuffing his
Ron
body behind
Perlman's
his desk
fucked
so
up,
no
bro.
one will ever find him. I may not be able to take out Pete, but that doesn't stop me from stealing his snow globe just to be an ass. As for Jack, well, I leave him alive
not
as not all his
theft.
friends are dead, and there is no
Yeah, I
way
can
he'll
think
be able
of
to meet
one
Janet, which is
time
probably a lot
in
worse
New
for him than
Vegas
anything I could
where
do. Heading for the
where
exit,
karma
as
actually
expected, I was
matters, and it's
assaulted with
recruiting
explosions,
casts.
crippling my limbs. Although, to be fair, my horrible accuracy with ranged weaponry is to blame for my broken arm in this instance. One of them actually goes down easy enough. It
This
was
is
his
why we
friend
don't
who proved to
shoot
be
in third
troublesome,
person,
as he was
Nurbit.
able to knock me down, and
You're
blew
not
up
a
car
bat, well,
behind
you
me
are,
for
but
maximum
like,
damage. He could have very easily finished the job, but for whatever reason, he decided to close the gap between us and pulled out a melee weapon. No clue why he did that, but I'm certainly not going to complain,
Did he have
as it
ammo
allowed
on
me
this
to survive
person?
the fight, take him down, and then leave Nellis for good, and finally make my way for Vegas by way of Freeside.
So, like, with
The plan was
Nurbit's
to
rules
enter
on
through the
this,
gate, hit the
like,
Kings,
he
and proceed to
doesn't...
the strip.
If he gets
The
caught,
mod,
that's
however,
the end of the
had
challenge
other
for him.
ideas. Turns out that I spent longer in Nellis than I anticipated, as just after making it past
And,
the
like,
George,
it
I
makes
saw
me
the Crashman
wonder,
approach me on the horizon.
how
Heading
does
straight
he
for the strip
take
now was about
dying?
the end of the run, so I would need to
I'm
kite
gonna
him around
assume
for a
that
bit to
that's
buy some
not...
time. Fortunately, I don't plan to spend
I'm
more
gonna
than a few
assume that
minutes in
that's
Vegas
not,
and Freeside,
like,
so I should be okay. To create some distance between us,
a
I started by
problem
heading
that he
south
can
by my
reload
durable
between
dump sack
deaths.
caravan,
I think he does in
as
the
knowing how
Kowalski
NPCs
video?
work in these games, he would more than likely have to cross the
The only
bridge
thing
there,
that
and
abandons
thus
it
help
is getting
separate us.
caught?
I then continued south for a bit before heading west, and then back up into Freeside via the gate near the gun runners. I ran past everything and just made my way straight for the Kings, where I was in and out in less than a minute, as I sweeped Pacer's leg for a quick kill, followed by the King himself for his snazzy suit, as it currently offers more protection than my bombarded Fiend outfit. Thanks to selling the power armor and laser weapons before, I have over 2,000 caps, allowing me to enter the strip with no hassle. First stop is of course Gomorrah, and while I do go on a spree here, as I can't
Dying
do
is
all
just
after
letting
all,
him save since
I
he
do
did so in the
while under
bunker.
effects of turbo, so that I can save as much time as humanly possible.
Did I just
After I'm done
fucking,
bathing
like,
in the blood
blank
of my
that
enemies,
out?
I do it again over at the tops, where it is even easier due to them generally not being as well equipped as the
I don't
others.
know why sometimes I
Everyone
see a
goes down to
player
single
fly
strike except
away.
Benny, who takes a whopping 2 hits before being sent to the much-deserved grave. I
Hold up.
technically did not need to come in here, who takes them generally. I'm done bathing in the blood of my enemies.
I don't
do it
remember
again
them
over at the
having
tops,
black
where it is
suits.
even easier due to them generally not being as well equipped as the Omertas. Everyone goes
I can
down to a single
beat the
strike
game and
except
check
Benny,
that.
who takes a whopping 2 hits before being sent to the much-deserved grave.
But I remember everyone
technically
having
did not need
white
to come in here, as
suits.
you don't need to take out Benny or get the Platinum Chip to progress through the NCR questline.
Yeah, but he gives you a
having the
shitload
chip
of
lets you
XP.
bypass the computer terminal to get to Mr. House, so it's worth spending the extra few seconds here to come and get it. Once I leave, I have a mild heart attack as I thought Volpe's here was the Crash Man and that the run had
Think
failed.
Kachino
For
has a
scaring
white
me like
suit?
that, I hit him with a juggle combo before being
No,
spooked by the
Kachino's in
real
Gomorrah.
messenger, and then I hightailed over to the NCR embassy. Despite my rep with the NCR, this random asshole approaches me and demands that I give him money. Not wanting to start a fight that would lead to me destroying the NCR in its entirety, I just pay the man some money before going to speak with his superiors about more important matters.
He said I would just
Crocker,
fucking
being a
murder
man
him.
of peace, is not best pleased when he finds out I resolved the situations with the Boomers and Kings via assassination and absolute carnage. Therefore, I failed both tasks successfully, allowing me to work with the Colonel of the Dam. As mentioned, before heading to the dam, I make a quick stop
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
doing
Lucky
an
38
NCR
to destroy
playthrough
the
right
Segway
now.
robots and Mr. House. If they ever
I'm-
remaster this game, they should
I'm
maybe
almost
gave
done
House more than,
100%ing it.
4 guards. With everything finished on the strip, it was time to head south towards the
Yeah,
town.
House should have like
This time, I
turrets
leave
or
Freeside
something.
rather
I've
than
always thought
Fiat,
it was
as I
weird
have
how
a sinking
little
feeling that
security
if the
he
Craft Man
has.
hot on my heels,
Granted,
then he is more than
he
likely to get
never
into Freeside by the other
actually,
kid, and I am not
like-
taking any chances walking right past him. Heading south, and I come
How'd I
across a
put
trader,
it?
and as luck would have it, she is selling reinforced leather.
He
armor.
never actually,
Better than ever, I
like-
suppose, so I buy from her, and after realizing it's less than stellar condition, I murder her for her armor so that I can patch it up.
He
I
never
take the pipe as I
opens the
travel
Lucky
and stick to the high
38.
ground, as that always seems to throw the AI off their rhythm, as they find it hard to track you in areas that are above ground with no visible ways to get to them. Because I just can't help myself, I resolve the issue in Boulder City before heading to the dam,
Why does he
because I
look
am
like a
so
blonde
close to
Chris
level 12,
Redfield?
and I want that piercing strike perk for maximum killing efficiency for my build
I'm
before
also
reaching the
really, really
Naturally,
close
these
to
cans fare no better
getting
than
the
last,
platinum
and I am in and out
on
in no time
New
at all,
Vegas.
with a
I'm
couple hundred more XP
excited.
to boot. It's a short walk
I
from
almost
here
had
to
a
the dam,
panic
and as
attack
such,
because I
it's not long
thought
before I
that
surprise the
I thought that
Colonel by
Cass's
telling
quest
her that
bugged
it just
out,
so happens
but
every
I found
single
out a way to
problem she's
fix
ever
it.
had was completed ahead of time. She thanks me for my work, and I get to helping Grant with the assassins. We all know how this goes. You just wait for the sniper by the manhole, and once you and the ranger take care of him, you just head on down and steal the detonator off the Legion disguise.
Because one of the achievements I'm still working on is get every companion
I also leveled
in
up
one
here, getting
go.
me the piercing strike perk, and as a result,
And I'm
most of the Cannon Fodder
missing
Legion go down to one
Lily,
well
I
lit
think.
smack. Even better
I
is
think
that
that's
most
about
of them
it.
carry super sledges of their own, so I can keep mine in peak condition throughout the assault. As mentioned many times in the past, I don't think NPCs can follow you into the final battle, but given the Crashman is no normal NPC, I don't take the chance and continue to move ahead at a quick pace.
Yeah, like,
Making it to the
the
Legate's
Crash
camp
Man
when I
is
dose up on medics and
engineered
Psycho, just to hammer home the power difference
for
between all of
this.
us. I also bully the Legate by combining that with some turbo, allowing me to knock him down almost
God,
immediately,
turbo's such a
resulting in
good
a quick
drug.
and clean kill before you can even figure out what's actually going on.
I am
Then use the last of the drug's
really
effects to take out
glad
his guards, and due to finishing
that
him off so quickly,
Jet
he
became
didn't even have a chance
what
to call his
Turbo did in
reinforcements.
New Vegas
I
in
then
4.
approach the gate, and the sight of General Oliver not
'Cause,
only
like-
causes me to level up and turn gay, but it finishes the game, proving yes, you can indeed beat Fallout New Vegas while being chased by the Crashman. Out of all my chase videos, this
God,
was by
that
far the
shut my
fastest,
brain
clocking
right
in
the
in
fuck
just under 2
down.
hours, as opposed to the usual 3 or 4. I am willing to chalk that up to having experience with these runs by this point, as well as the fact that the Crashman doesn't require any setup outside of installing the mod, so the challenge begins as soon as you start the game. The added
But
anxiety
yeah, no,
of the game
Crash
crashing
Man
at
is
any moment
like
oddly made this
designed
enjoyable.
to crash
Again,
your
a
game
huge
and
thank
track
you
you.
to KM Fallout for creating the mod and making this video possible. As mentioned, there's
Honestly,
a link
can't
in the
consider
description if you
NCR
want to
ending
test
to
it
be
out
beating the
yourselves.
game. I'm just
Regardless,
trying to
that's
get the
going be
NCR
end of this
ending.
challenge video. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider the video a like and try some more challenges in the future for free subscribe. So every week, mine's Nervous. Says everyone, I'll see y'all in the next video.
Flicking a game over screen and going, ah, yep, I win. Pretty much the thing. Okay, so like I'm gonna get down on this for a second. The reason I don't like the NCR is that you're never technically one of them. Pretty much every other faction, like in a Fallout game, recognizes you as bare minimum kind of with them. But the NCR, you're nothing but like a shitty fucking contractor. And like the NCR overall just exists to uphold old world like viewpoints, which is what got us into this mess in the first place. Like, Caesar's a fuck, but at the very least, House has ideas. And Yes Man is, honestly, whatever your thoughts are. Until the end, because then he gets to have sentient thought, which is kind of scary to think about. And CRC's use a merc. Exactly. Exactly. At least Caesar respects me. in the Legion playthrough. I'm just saying. Okay. We got Corona. I don't know, I'm doing an NCR playthrough, but I'm not having fun with it.
ちっちゃかったなリリースロット下げれて偉い今見てたみんな見てました
What did we see, Corona?
クマも笑ってる
Bear? Oh, bear! This isn't Sega Bass Fishing. What is it?
ドロップキューカンバードロップ
Cucumber.
ドロップキューカンバー
I like her mouth. I like her mouth being like a little dog. Makes me happy. Her design is just perfect.
Cucumber
That sounds wrong.
Life is needlessly
That
complex
just sounds
at times,
wrong.
and I thought I would find some solid ground.
I thought that was
Some kernel of wisdom
Seth.
or capital T truth by constructing upon self-reliance.
I thought that was
itself
Seth.
At home. Every home is equipped with far more resources than most players will ever explore in Project Zomboid. Usually when they spawn in, most people will immediately exit the first house after they've gathered a few basic items. But being stuck in one place invites resourcefulness
You
and
too for a moment
exercises
there. Yeah, yeah.
creativity. Almost everything can be dismantled,
Ambiguous
recycled,
amphibian,
and
my
recrafted
boy.
into
I haven't
something
actually
more
seen
useful and
anything from him.
ingenious than its
Okay,
components.
Project Zomboid's
Because I
making
wanted
people
to
pop
deeply
off. I might
understand
have
the
to
game's
stream it.
crafting
Also,
and
howdy
survival
Banshee,
at
how
its
you
core
doing?
level. I stripped away almost all of the fat and decided to use only the bare necessities. So for a new challenge, I decided to see how long I could survive in a single house, without leaving for any reason. I needed to formulate a build capable of maximizing on a small space.
Yeah, I
so
expected
chose
him to
max
tell
out
me,
my
"Hey, hey,
carpentry
people."
stat. For negative traits, I chose obese, agoraphobic, conspicuous, disorganized, hard of hearing, clumsy, short-sighted, slow reader, and Sunday driver. These characterize someone who has
been doing
a lot
Zomboid
of
for a
time
while
on his
now.
hands.
All
For positive
super
traits,
chill
I
voice.
chose
That's good.
wakeful, brave, lucky, fast
I recently
learner,
got myself
handy,
a
and
copy.
strong. I built my character.
Broke your foot, but
Home
walking it up.
man,
Is that a
spitting
fucking pun?
image of America. Hard-working and fat. Day one, I spawned in
hard-working
sedentary
and
and
fat.
full of purpose.
He's just
The
a
first
fucked
task
up
was
James
urgent.
Sunderland.
Get to the television and sit down to watch
Heard
life
Somebody's
and
brilliant
living
with friends.
TV.
It's a
These
whole
were
different
valuable
game than
stat
solo. I
points
like
couldn't
it
miss
solo,
out on.
actually.
Just for watching TV
Like,
for
quite
a
a
few
bit.
minutes, it's over 1 skill point in cooking. The show ended, but that was the only one I couldn't afford to miss. I'd have to scour for books now. Luckily, there on the shelf was expert
Literally
carpentry
kicked your ankle
and
back into
master
place and walked
carpentry.
home
This
with
was
Blythe?
the only bit of
Fuck.
time-sensitive
How's he doing, by the way?
information. You need to
It's
read
been
through
a while.
all of advanced carpentry if you want to get the most out of the carpentry show. There's scheduled times at which this essential programming takes place in Zomboid's first days. And the Nox event is time-sensitive. Miss too many days and you'll miss out on those skills. And there's actually quite an absurd amount of skill grinding to get through if you ever want to build up into the ceiling. And I was a slow reader. I don't know how much time passed on that day, but the carpentry show came on while I was reading. An unfortunate turn of events, but one I'd need to sit with. Still, I was learning carpentry at a very fast rate because of my XP boost. And you could actually read while
good.
you're watching TV. Double knowledge.
Of course, I've
Then
done that.
A neighbor. So I let her in. And another one. 2. Even more.
Oh,
Springing
no.
to action, I dispatched several
This is when you
foes in
push
the
them
house
down the stairs and start
very
stomping
quickly.
once they're
This is
down.
actually a very good thing, though. Being unable to leave one house, you want many zombies in your house. But now it was time to close the curtains. Something
More
I should
storage,
have done
that's for
right
sure.
when I started. And so I did, and allowed in the new guests. Closed the windows. And I set off about moving the curtains from the upstairs to the downstairs. Some things are unavoidable, but I could add sheets to the windows of the rooms I was occupying. Sealed and shut off. With the assault over, I rested. And I found
are
a
you
watch
telling
on one of the
me-
zombies to know what time it was. One of them carried a walkie-talkie on it as well. This might be useful. July 9th, 2:30 p.m. And still plenty of time before the next carpentry show.
telling
It's also
me-
fine that I was losing weight. I picked obese intentionally to save
like,
myself more time. And so I passed the
putting
rest of the
curtains
afternoon
over
raising
makes
my
it
XP
literally
multiplier
impossible
on
for zombies to
carpentry by
pop
reading
in.
the book. A fishing show came on. Not that it was much use to me, but I did gain a skill point in that. I read all the way to 10 p.m. and then I decided to move around. It was enough sitting and reading for one day. Then I decided to take all the pots and pans out of the kitchen.
Okay.
Bowls, anything in a container. The foods would stay good for a while, but I needed all the water I could get. So I filled everything up. Bottles, saucepans,
Close the curtain, say I know
cooking
you're in there
pots,
'cause they don't
kettles,
see you.
mugs,
I would have assumed they
bowls.
smelled
It was all
you.
clean water to me. Bloodied from the fight, I also decided to use what I could of the washing machine on my jeans, as well as my shirt. Disrobed, I turned on the washing machine. This might draw attention.
Okay.
The other houses had been broken into, but noise transportation
all
does
day
pretty well
one,
between
too.
walls. So I just turned off the light, along
Blocks
with the other
light,
lights
which
in the
attracts
house.
zombies.
I washed
It
before
also
bed
blocks
at the
line of
toilet,
sight,
but I was
which
wrong.
also attracts zombies.
Night visitors. This meant a fight in the nude in the dark. Not fun,
God,
but at
that's
least my
fucked
clothes
up.
were clean, if soaking wet. This was worthwhile. At around 12 a.m., the next cooking show came on, and the next zombie entered the window. For fear
should
of
stream
missing out on
Zomboid at
any
least
more
for one day.
educational programming, I decided not to sleep, but rather sit down and read. Read for many hours in front of the light of a TV.
So do you
Listening
gain
for zombies all the
more,
while.
like,
I might try to break some of
reading
my windows.
XP by
At least
sitting
it was
down?
helping my carpentry multiplier because my reading was slow. Since I designed my character to be so brolic, it didn't actually matter that I was extremely
No.
hungry.
Okay,
and
so he's just
reduced
doing
in
it for RP,
strength, but
essentially.
rather, I subsisted on knowledge, and then I heard it. A zombie broke one of my windows. It was in the living room right next to me, and another 2 had come through. This was bad. I removed the broken glass and cleaned the floor, and then I
didn't know you
bandaged
could!
my hand. This was not great.
Books are read at the
I was
same speed
canned
no matter
food in
what,
there,
but you do
waiting
get
for
reading
foes to
stat
strike
for
and
sitting.
eat me.
Or
By
the
around
resting
5:40
stat for
a.m.,
sitting
I
down.
completed the
Okay.
carpentry book. With all that done, my carpentry multiplier stood at a
Okay, no,
whopping
that makes
8,
sense,
along
though.
with a 125% XP boost. The next time I caught the carpentry show, I would level up. This is important. Carpentry would eventually pave my way to sustenance. With that time-sensitive piece done, I could relax a little bit. I watched the cooking show, learning, and all the while improving. The next task was a little unintuitive, using a crowbar in the closet. I started disassembling and picking up the birchwood floors off the ground. If I got lucky, I might destroy some of them and yield planks. But unfortunately, when you're good at carpentry, there's a great tendency to not break anything. This was really the only downside of having so much skill. The whole
Gonna
dining
get
room
sick from all the
yielded
body
nothing
stuff.
to me. Still, I
So
didn't need
how
the
do you
furniture
dispose
for
of
anything. But
bodies?
with the TV
Is there any way?
programming off, if I wanted much more
Calling
skill,
that to
I'd
be
have
cause
to
of
start
death?
disassembling furniture.
I'm unsure.
I'd start
I don't
with
know how
stuff
this
that
guy
was
works.
useless. The floors yielded floorboards, and I could
Just take-
disassemble
can you
the
pick
chairs.
them up?
So with my
Pick
XP
'em up,
boost,
take 'em outside.
every chair
Huh.
yielded about 80 experience,
Burn 'em.
along with necessary nails. Chairs are almost completely useless in Project Zomboid, so this was fine. 4 chairs and a table
Okay.
took me nearly to level 5.
This is a
Unfortunately,
completely
I'd
different
wasted
game
some
than the
of
game
wood,
I've been
but I had
playing.
plenty of nails to practice
I like
with.
it.
Next, it was time to disassemble the couches. These also didn't matter, and although they're a nice prop, they just aren't useful for survival. The
Most
couch
of the time,
and
this
the
pile of
chairs
sets,
together,
like
these
600
yielded
tall.
enough experience for
Nice.
carpentry level 5. Now just another 3,000 away from
Then we hit
carpentry
it with a
level 6.
Molotov.
With level
Yeah.
6, I'd be able to build stairs. This was pretty important. More furniture disassembly, the fancy
Do
low
I need to
table,
do any
the
server
bookshelf,
fuckery
the
to play
upstairs chair,
Zomboid
the other
online,
upstairs
or-
chairs, with frequent stops back at the TV. Now
So just as simple as
863
starting a world
carpentry
and, like,
experience.
inviting
This was
people.
an absolutely stupid amount of carpentry experience. Being an expert at the beginning and watching TV, the 8 times experience is just fantastic. With carpentry level
Listen,
6
server?
reached, my next goal at survival was evident. I gathered planks and nails up, and disassembling everything else in the house, and the other remaining bookshelves, along with some of the countertop in the bathroom.
Started
Finally
up,
had the
invite
necessary
people via
planks
Steam.
to build
Okay.
a stairway. This may seem like a weird place to build a stairway, but I can assure you that it's absolutely necessary. If we're to stay within the confines of the house, that means we need to build up. I
Expand
built
the
flooring
house.
just above the
Yep.
entryway. From here, I could at least get a better look at what the neighborhood was like around me, and even call out to zombies if I needed to attract them. There weren't many nearby, but it was
Can
enough
you
if I
actually
needed
just
them for
shout
some
to
resources.
zombies?
Time to head back downstairs. Time is still of the essence here. In many starter homes, you might
Can't
find
connect
cabbage
by
seeds.
IP2,
These are
but Steam
absolutely
works. Okay.
necessary. In fact, I made
How do
sure
you
of it in my
scream at
starter
zombies?
house.
How does
If you
that-
don't spawn
how
with
do you
these
do that?
things, you need to restart. Otherwise, you can't live in the starter house. You also need a bag of dirt. This may seem a bit excessive, but if you do manage to find it, you can dig a furrow. With my work completed, I was
Okay.
able to open up the package of
Yep.
cabbage seeds and sow cabbages into the roof. It's
Default
completely
key
safe
is
to do this
Q.
at any time of year. I then watered them
just
with
yell,
what remained
"Hey!"
in my water bottle, along with what was in the
Oh,
cooking
and you
pot
get the-
and the saucepan.
oh,
That was
that's
enough
good.
to make them well watered. But now, more invaders. I fought them without leaving the house. Now this was getting to be a lot of dead bodies throughout the house. I disassembled more counters, the rest of the
You know what
chairs
he
and the
needs to
tables,
do?
which are also useless, and I went back downstairs
He needs
to watch
to make
the
a
farming
corpse
show.
room.
The farming show really isn't that important, but you might as well do it. It's free experience. Knowledge.
Free
Since I
XP.
didn't want to start any fires in the house, I'd start them over the house. Heat rises. It's fine, don't question it. 1 campfire kit. Done. I built floors out to the other side of the house, disassembled more counters, and built my way
Would a body
over
room
to the
even
other
work
end of
is
the
the
house.
question.
I still think this is fine. I'm on top of the
Love
house
multiplayer
block,
Zomboid with no
technically.
voice chat via
I
Discord,
never
only
left the
in-game
house.
chatter with
Don't
walkies,
question
because it also
I
means
built a
zombies
fire
can
at
hear
the
you.
edge of
That
the
isn't
room.
just...
Now I would use what was left of the zombies.
sickness
I could
doesn't
fuel
kill
the
him,
fire
Survivor
for as
event.
long
Well,
as
what's
I
the
needed,
Survivor
as long as I
event?
had their clothes. 15 minutes worth of fuel. Scrap wood also made for decent fire fuel, but in theory, you have an unlimited amount of clothing.
I
just
assume
from
an
the
NPC
zombies around
survivor?
You can even use your books that you've already finished up. Advanced carpentry I didn't need anymore. It was better fire fuel. With just a little bit of work, I had over 7 hours worth of fuel. Now a fire, a garden, albeit a modest one. I'd continue building as I went. Now I could start rationing the food around me. And I was already losing weight, so I might as well attempt to lose a little more and just cook and preserve
The
whatever
question
was
is, can
left.
you
What had
lose the
started
obese
as a bleak
stat?
outlook from the beginning had already developed into something with great unexpected longevity. Just as a resilient plant can cling to the little soil in the crack of a mountain pass
Chopper
and
looking
eke out
for
a simple
survivors that
existence for
brings the
itself,
entire
so
horde
too
with
had I
it.
fabricated a foundation founded on
Oh.
resourcefulness,
Oh,
and only
that's a
48
fuck.
hours into my journey had managed to secure all the necessary resources to sustain life. I love
You can
wringing
lose
out all the
obese
resources I
and you can
possibly
gain
can
athletics
from
and
a
vice
small
versa.
patch of
So
land
why
by
wouldn't
spreading
you
out my
take
roots
obese?
and gripping to whatever is
If
there.
you can just lose
what had
it?
I accomplished in 2 days? Countless skill points
sounds like
earned
free
that
points.
otherwise would have taken me ages to farm in any other method of experience acquisition. Shelter, the securing of a bed, and the
Yeah, the game
building
with
of
the
a campfire.
deafness
for
trait, the
heat
game
and
has
rest.
no
Securing a
You're
renewable
shitting
food
me.
source that otherwise would help me overcome my limitations from starting out as an obese character, and set me off into the world at an even greater advantage. Stronger, lean, and prepared to confront any adversary. For me, this is the joy of learning
You got a
such
mod
a
that
challenge,
adds more
and it's what I
chopper
take
events, which
out
includes
with
a
me
military
into the rest of the
flyover that
game.
can
New
that
knowledge,
can even that
resourcefulness,
can and will gun
and
you
learning.
down.
And this is what
Huh.
makes it all worth it in the end. Otherwise, it's just a futile exercise. But I still haven't answered my initial question. How long can you survive in a single home? Day 3
long?
began. I had arrived at the 3rd day.
3 days.
And I slumbered from midnight. Now I began eating the food. On the one hand, it's healthy to lose weight, and on the other hand, hunger pangs are a killer.
I don't know,
have to eat
104 is a
low-caloric
bit
foods.
of a
Leeks,
problem.
Produce, anything green. And I started rationing out the remaining dirt I had for cabbages, spacing them out every other square accordingly, and
That's
digging
alright.
furrows for
That's
my
good.
cabbages. I found that I was able to plant only 4
Maybe
cabbages.
it's Trey's
I
maddening
still
early
had
on 'cause it
seeds
lowers your
enough
stamina
for
cap
another
and it's hard
plant,
to
but I
run
lacked
from
the
Zeds.
dirt to use for it. I also
That's
found
fair.
enough sheets to cover the rest of the house windows. Something
guess the answer to
neglected
that is
before
be
in the
careful.
bathroom. So adding these throughout the rest of the house,
Why did my
I
ring
could
light
conceal
wobble?
my movements,
Is there a
and
ghost
even a
in this
sheet for the
room?
front door. And then something new appeared, a police zombie. This is my only way of attracting more.
Ooh.
Did he have a gun on him? Only one way to find out. I
Maybe.
called out the window, and I dispatched him. A holster, but no gun. It was something. Now a jacket,
Holster's useful.
as well as a bulletproof vest.
Holster's
It was a
extra
start,
quick
all right.
slots.
I gathered more wood and dug the last furrow. I also took some dirt from the patch of ground right next to the house. Technically, I was still in the house, right?
You know
I
what?
also found
Yeah.
that there was gravel in
I
front of the
respect
house.
that. I
Day 4
respect
had already
that.
begun. Again, I slept. I awoke to a thick fog and a banging
Oh,
on
no.
the door. With my bad and poor repair, I decided to make it into a spiked baseball bat. It would add to the lifespan of the weapon. In fact, no, but it looked cooler. What I did find in my inventory was curious. Worms. Strangely, you can still take dirt from through
was gonna
a
say, why do you
window
have
in the houses
worms?
in Zomboid, and
Yo!
even through a wall. This is where I begin
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
very,
yeah. I
very
love video
confused. I
games.
successfully disassembled the wardrobe and gained 10 planks and 4 nails for it. This was a major win. It meant I had enough to construct additional rooftop, and thus more room for farms. And so using the dirt that I obtained through the wall, I began digging furrows.
Okay.
All the while, obtaining
You can eat the
more
worms if you have no
worms
food.
from the
How?
ground. This
I
was
mean,
a
how
veritable
helpful is that,
greenhouse,
though?
and I had room
With
for
single
yet
game,
more
you always end up
cabbages.
in
I might
police
have,
uniform
in
with
fact,
hospital
too
scrubs and a
many
face mask,
cabbages.
so you can start
And
living
I'm
on
still in the house,
Killer
technically.
Fantasies.
Why shouldn't I get a lot of dirt? You can see how this is playing out. I'm not about to tell you that this is a good lifestyle, but I truly
but
think
it's
you could
genius.
sustain an indefinite lifestyle in Project Zomboid living in a single house, given the right items. Maybe I could have used a garbage bag for rain collector barrels. But let's see how the rest of
Maybe.
this plays out, shall we? I decided to organize the house. It was a bit of a mess. I didn't have much time to read books because I was too busy setting up my farm. You could probably max out your carpentry in the first week if you really played your cards right. Now I had enough for a notch wooden plank as well as a sturdy stick. I could light the fire, burn the bodies, and finish cleaning up the house. Enough for 13 hours and 43 minutes. I gathered the bodies and I added new ones to the fire. They all had new useful items for more armor and anything else I would need. And then there came the first rain. I'd need a lot more if I was to survive in the long term. That night I gathered
that's
those
fine.
bodies in the rain and burned them in a funeral
it's
pyre
enough.
to the old world, a fertilizer to the new. A simple existence, but it bespoke all I've
If it's
learned,
enough.
all I've done to grow since I began. Now this would provide heat and some sustenance, and the burned bodies more fuel for the fires. As I heard a knocking on the door, I grew confident. So putting out the fire, could anything stop me? In fact, yes. Overconfidence is an insidious killer, and I had neglected to see just how much exhaustion I had accumulated over the time. Project Zomboid is not fair, but that's what keeps me coming back. If it were fair, if it were easy, it would just be a game. No, Zomboid is a true roguelike. Every time you die, you get nothing.
That
Like
is
in
what I
real
like
life,
about
which
it.
is what makes it a simulation.
Is that like it is one of the
microcosmic
few
of our
like
lives.
true
When
roguelikes.
things
It's
don't
not.
go well,
It's not even a
that's just
roguelite.
too bad. But you can always use your experience to try again. In real life, it's usually not life or death, but it's always given me the satisfaction of a job well done. And I make it just one more day. Yes, I probably could have survived a number of weeks, but what about when the water gave out? What about when the rains slowed? So till that day, we'll just keep stretching out our arms and reaching farther than we did yesterday. I'm Ambiguous Amphibian, And this has been my house survival
That was
challenge.
good.
I hope you enjoyed.
That
As
was good.
always,
If
a
you
major
die in full
thanks to
armor,
my
a ton of
patrons.
defensive shit,
For
you
they
can
are
go
the
back
house
and dump
in
several
which I
shotgun shells into
reside.
your old body and
I
still not kill
fertilize
it. That's
them,
true.
And I water them. And I love them. Thanks to viewers like you. This is
Team
the
500
end. Until
fair
we meet
weather.
again next time.
Okay.
Like, at that point, right, if these food delivery thieves, like, why not even just be like, hey, look, you're going to get your proper food, but
That's good. I need to watch more of his
I'll
stuff.
take that.
I like
Why
that he
not
sounds
even
like
run
Seth, but
your
is less
scam
unhinged.
in a way where, at the very least, it would be. You know what? You understand what I'm saying? Where, at the very least, if it's in a situation where it's already fucked.
Stealing food, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like food is a personal thing when you eat it or whatever. Feels like so outrageous.
Let's make a rule if you tie a military armor, take it off.
Food rage. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah,
No!
right. It's fucking with you on a
Unkillable
personal level.
juggernaut
It's
zombie.
it's not
Is there a
actually
way that
happening,
you
but
can
it
like
feels
trap
like you
it
were about to eat a bite of a sandwich
or
when somebody
immobilize it?
just gingerly grabbed it and just went no.
Maybe because it's the source of everything your reptilian brain is telling you to fucking worry about.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because
We had to hit
literally
it with an
sustenance
RPG
being
twice.
taken
What?
from you by another creature is the core cause of your being.
Let me ask you a question. Does Punch Mom just reach across onto your plate and just pick a piece of food off your plate and
No.
just that sounds nice. That sounds nice.
No, she usually
To
asks.
be able to sit there and have your food in front of you and not have to worry about
It's a
somebody
fucking
just going,
Red
"Oh, that
Bull
looks
wine
good."
bottle.
Oh, it's mine now.
Yeah.
You remember that tweet that was going
Or it's
around
the
a million
ultimate
years
equalizer,
ago,
that's
which is a
fair.
photo of a restaurant
That is a
menu,
fucking Red
and
Bull.
The restaurant order was "My girlfriend isn't hungry," and it was whatever your order was plus an extra side of fries and like a side. they would stack up your plate with slightly extra.
That's good.
So that when she would reach across and steal like a third of your fucking plate,
That's
it would work out.
That's smart.
It's the
Yeah.
best.
But no, it really is. It's tripping a wire in your brain that is absolutely just like, oh, it's time to kill for this food.
I want my food
and
mine.
I still love that Remurai is
I
like,
didn't
okay,
think it
where
could get
are
any
these
worse
guys from?
until I saw the
Canada?
video
Yeah, I know how I'm
of
gonna make the
guy
model for them.
Somewhere, I think it was like a delivery in India where a dude
Just like, it's beautiful.
was
It's
opening
beautiful.
the bag up and eating the top layer and then patting it back down and then resealing it. And
that's the only right reaction.
And that was like everybody's brain.
Yeah, this whole
lit up.
situation is just throw a
Like,
few
the
fries on
lights
the
were just
floor
like,
to distract her.
oh,
Is that what you do
is-
with Cleo?
This is a universal reaction.
This is war.
Oh no!
You go to war for less.
I'm getting creepy head tingles on this side of my head.
Mhm.
I don't like it.
Mhm,
oh.
Mm-hmm.
No one
will ever know.
When I first started playing XCOM 2,
Okay.
the game was...
So this is a shorter video essay, but we do have one submission that I know is safe, and there's the other that I'm gonna be real. It'd work with Cleo. Needs to use gummies though. Gummies are good. I would kill for gummies. We're gonna.
The only reason
I trust
that I'm
this to
still
work.
here beating on you is because Demigod gave you
If
the
it's on
N-word
your
pass,
plate, it's your
and
food.
I want it.
That's fair.
What are you talking about?
If I want you to take my
I
food,
feel too guilty to say it. You see,
I will
that's where
ask,
you're
do you
wrong,
want
Barry.
some?
In the future,
Like, if I notice
Professor
I'm starting to
Empath
get
had a
full
change
because of my
heart
actual,
after watching
like,
Zack Snyder's
meal,
Justice League, and
I'm
he
like,
gave
hey, do you
the
want,
pass
do
and
you
not
want, like,
me.
a fry?
So you know what I
or
did,
two?
Barry? If you hurt Iris, I swear, hurt her before I hit that big black booty raw.
But
in my
don't
yellow
just
spandex?
take it from
No,
me.
I don't think so. Remember when you were having sex with
Some
Iris for the
people in
first
this
time?
world have
You
never
just
actually
couldn't
been
hold that nut.
hungry.
As soon as you
And it
closed your
shows.
eyes, I brought you back in time and made you conceive with your own mother. So that means you're your own father, Barry. You're lying. I would remember such things, Dawn. That's the thing. I ran at Mach 1000 just to complete this task, Barry. But that's not all.
That's true.
Dawn.
That's true.
What did you do? Remember when you were cleaning the dishes a few years ago on Thanksgiving morning?
No, I never do
You and
that.
the family just felt like the turkey was just a little too salty. No. No, Thawne. It was me, Barry.
Did you fuck
I
it?
nutted in your dish soap, so
Yeah!
instead of simply cleaning the plates, you were dousing them with Eobard sauce. You're a
Damn.
madman. Who does those things?
That's how you
No,
get
like,
it. That's
who
how you do
actually
it.
fucking does those things? I did, Barry. I did it all just
He
because
did it. He did it.
I hate you. Oh, and what's next?
He
You gonna
nutted
tell
in
me
my
that
soap.
You nutted in my toothpaste too?
What?
Not your toothpaste, but Iris's, Barry. I'm just gonna fucking kill you.
You know what? Oh shit, that's copywritten, almost certain. Alright, and we've got... This is the last one I've prepped.
When I first started
But
playing XCOM 2,
you know how
the
these streams
game
go.
was just kicking my ass. I was trying to take everything I had learned from XCOM Enemy Unknown and XCOM Enemy Within and apply that to get some traction going.
God,
and
no.
instead, I found myself
Very
really
different
struggling
game,
on
which
mission
feels
after
so
mission.
weird.
It took a
XCOM
little
2 is
time,
the best
but
of
I
all-
finally
Yeah,
realized
XCOM
that
2
the
is
game was
legitimately
literally
unfair.
tricking me into attacking the
But I
wrong
love
targets,
that.
And as a result, I was essentially walking into a trap.
It's a trap.
So today we're going to cover 3 examples of
This dude
specific
deserves to
enemies
die.
that I
He
learned how to
smacked
deal
him to
with
do
more
a wall when there's an
effectively,
enemy in the
and then
window.
I'll share
Exactly.
how that combines
Yeah,
into that
100%
one secret
can
that had
whiff.
the biggest impact in helping me turn the corner with XCOM 2.
Like-
and maybe, just maybe,
Maybe with the
it'll
Iron
help
Man
you do the
secret
same.
mischance roll. Is that what happens? Is that what fucking happens?
Let's start at the beginning of the game when we first meet sectoids, and it seems obvious that these things are by far the most
Iron Man has a
dangerous
secondary
enemy
roll
on the
that's rolled after the
battlefield,
hit
and
chance.
You need to take them
Fuck
out
that.
right now.
I
That's
love it.
Exactly what I kept trying to do. And battle after battle, I'd spend that entire first turn on the sectoid, and
So I
even if
100%
managed to
can
kill
miss.
it, then the
I've seen
alien's
that
turn would
on
head
non-Iron
south
Man
fast when the
playthroughs,
officer
though.
would mark one of my
It's
soldiers
fucked up.
and possibly follow that up with a shot. Then the trooper would be guaranteed to shoot at the marked soldier, and wham! You're looking at a weeks-long hospital stay, if you're lucky, and needing a body bag.
It's tied
if
to
you're
soldier
not.
stress and mental
the trap
state
that I
and
fell
is-
into was to
and a
keep
default
trying
minimal
to
chance.
execute that
Mm.
strategy just a little better.
Insanity is doing
Now
the
that lines
exact
up.
same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
I kept trying to find a way to either take out more enemies on the first turn, but didn't have the aim or the raw damage output to do it. And I
XCOM
would
2
try
Long War
other
Iron Man,
tricks,
best
but
days of
all
your
of
life.
it
They're
was
great.
just worse
I
than
need to play
useless,
Long War.
And I was seriously starting to wonder, did Firaxis just really ship a game that was 10 times harder than Enemy Unknown and I
Yes.
just couldn't crack it? And that's when I just took
Yes.
it back and started challenging some of my assumptions. Since I had already tried
But it's not that
everything
bad.
that I thought should work, and in the process, my guys were holding
Just
up
barrel
about
stuff
as
'em.
well as a snow cone in hell, then maybe it was time to try something else.
Exactly, just
So
like
what if
that.
I did something that sounded really dumb, like not targeting the sectoid, but Tapcat, you clearly intelligent but possibly delusional man, I hear you say. The sectoid can mind control one of your soldiers. It can raise dead enemies to become zombies. You have to kill it. Well, my friend,
I mean, it
I
depends
thought exactly
on...
the same thing.
It depends on the fight.
But what if he did raise a zombie on his turn? I could just kill the
That's a wasted
sectoid
turn.
then. And when I
Zombie
do,
drops.
the zombie will also drop without me needing to take even one extra shot. So what do I care that he spent his turn raising the damn thing? And if it mind controls one of us, the remaining soldiers can focus fire on the sectoid, and again,
Yeah,
it
you can
doesn't
play
even
reactionary
matter
on
that
it,
he did
easy.
But let's say I can't kill him on that turn. Well, if I make sure to always have a flashbang grenade handy, then I can just use that. It breaks mind control.
Does it break
kills any
concentration?
Zombies he might have raised.
Damn.
Hell, it even stops him from
Okay.
doing it again on the next
That I
turn.
didn't know.
So what if I focus on the trooper and
Yeah,
the
keep,
officer? Because they're the
keep
ones
your
who are gonna
shotgun
do
unit
something that's irreversible
to
If they
carry a
fire
flashbang
and
so
hit
they're
one of
always in the fray.
soldiers, I can't make that damage come off the board. I'm either going to lose
Maybe
someone
keep 'em with your
temporarily
sniper
in
unit,
the
too.
hospital or permanently. But there's going to be a real cost to my campaign if I let it happen. So is the sectoid really the strongest enemy in the early game? Or is he
He's
really
just the most annoying.
inconsequential as long as I know how to handle him? And after we had that moment of inspiration, I decided to try it out. Because what
Okay.
have I really got to lose when I'm already getting my teeth kicked in?
The only thing
on
you
the
ever have
regular?
trouble with
So I
XCOM
did
2
it,
is
and
Chrissy's.
honestly, was kind of
It
surprised.
depends
because it
on my
worked.
run, on
It
what I have
worked.
trouble with.
And it actually started to turn the tide for me. But as important as that was, sectoids aren't exactly the last thing you fight in XCOM 2. So let's move forward to a little later in the game and talk about another enemy
I don't know
that
how to
really
fight
tricked
those
me for a
fuckers.
while.
Okay.
The
Yeah, I
shield
see
bearer
why.
is another enemy that can really make your sphincter clench up. If you don't
I don't like
kill
the
him
shield bearer
immediately,
whatsoever.
He's pretty much guaranteed to throw up a shield that doesn't just protect him, but all of your other enemies in the bargain.
That's when you
And
get a
think,
heavy
oh my
weapons,
God, now
with
it's
shredding.
so much harder to kill everybody. I can't let
You got a
him
ranger
do
with
that.
Blade
I
Storm
have to
that you
kill
just
him
out of the
first.
front line, but
and that's
oh
what I
God,
would do.
they can still
but
get it.
he'd
Yup.
usually be grouped with something like a stun lancer and a muton. And if I got him but left the muton and lancer alive, that just usually opened me up to a world of hurt. The muton might throw a plasma grenade that would send 2 of my squad
Okay,
to the
but no one's dead.
hospital. Then the stun lancer would bend one of my guys over and ram that baton right up the old back door, make him squeal like a pig.
That's true. You didn't need that clip. Didn't need it. Didn't need it. AP
So
rounds
once
on
again,
sniper,
it was time
headshot,
to take a
15
step
damage
back
with ammo,
and
ignoring,
rethink what's
easy shield
really
boy
the
fix.
priority here.
Either
As
that
scary
or
as it
heavy
is to think about the
weapons
shield
with
bearer protecting everyone,
armor
that
shredding.
isn't necessarily a thing. If we kill most or all of his companions during the first turn of the encounter, then just
That
how
is a strong
meaningful
if,
is that
though.
shield? And even if we kill him on the second turn, his shield goes away when he dies. So there's no functional difference between killing him on either turn. Just as we saw with the sectoid,
God,
you're
look at all
better
those
off
missed
taking
shots.
out
Yeah.
whichever of his companions are likely to deal more damage right from the jump.
Exactly.
All right, one more example, and then we're going to bring it home with the concept that seriously blew my mind once it occurred to me.
Okay. What
I'm gonna
about
keep this
Archons?
last example very short
Oh,
because
no.
I'm sure you're already seeing a common thread, and I don't want to beat a dead horse. The Archon is a very impressive enemy. It looks like a Greek god. Cover doesn't protect you from their
do love
attacks.
its design.
And they can either swoop in and deal a vicious beatdown with their staff, or soar majestically into the sky and activate blazing
God.
pinions so that half your squad
That is a
will get hit
frame
with
rate
an explosion.
annihilator.
But by this point in the game, even I figured out pretty quickly that this was someone who may look like Tarzan, but it hits like Jane. As long as you don't attack him at all on that first turn, he'll use blazing pinions, which is really nothing but a light show. You have your whole next turn to get out of the way of those explosions, so take all the time you want to kill the much more dangerous enemies that are usually with him. They are the urgent threat, and he's mostly just a distraction.
Okay, he's just scary. That's it.
What does all of this boil down to? What is that one thing that I was talking about that helped me turn the corner in the game? So get this. The Mimic Beacon is one of your most powerful pieces of equipment. I would argue it's like the most powerful thing in the game in a lot of ways to keep your
Hit me.
squad
Why?
safe. Sectoids, shield bearers, archons, enemies of that type, they are the Mimic Beacons that the developers put in to lure you, to trick you into focusing on them
God, yeah, okay.
instead of the enemies
So, like,
that matter.
I don't know about you
We
guys.
are
I
not
have a
controlled by
reputation,
AI that can only
or
attack
I feel like
whatever our
games have a
fixed programming
reputation
tells us to.
of like
We can
giving
be
you
smarter and more
a
perceptive
decoy
than that. We
or
can
like
see
a
past the
distraction
surface
that just
and figure
doesn't
out
work.
what enemies
And
really
I have
present
since
the
just
most urgent
stopped using
threat
those
and
sorts of
prioritize
items.
targets accordingly. And once I learned that lesson, it was a huge step in getting over the hump in XCOM 2. Hopefully, it is for you as well. That said, it was just one aspect of the game, and if you want
Total
to learn
Recall
more about
fucking
an
rules.
equally critical piece, then you might want to check out the video on base building on the left side of your screen.
That's all right.
Or if you want to get more information about how to
shit.
deal with specific enemies on the battlefield, then check out the playlist on the right.
Give me
Either
2
way,
seconds.
Good luck, Commander.
Hold on. I don't know. Okay. That was good. That was good. I like that. I feel like I should play more XCOM 2 and start Zomboid on the channel, honestly. But that's all I have. That's all I've gone through. There was a couple submissions I looked at, and it's like, I can't justify that. But, like, other than that, whatever, man. Let's see who's up. Who do we got? Alright. Target spotted. Is that the right name? There it is. Yeah, so if you stuck around for all that and enjoy it, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. We're gonna try... There's a good chance that we don't have a stream tomorrow because I think my desk comes in, but I could also just build it at the end of the day, or depending on when it comes out, you know. See ya. Stick around for the raid just to... But yeah, no. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, though, there are links wherever you're watching this. Below wherever you're watching this, to things like the stream elements, tip link, the community Discord server, and the throne wish list. Or, if you're live, write in chat. I've got nothing else though. If we do anything tomorrow, it's gonna be a one-off. That's just, let's keep that in. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you.